there, fellow marketers. Professor Wolters here, and today we're here in Savannah, Georgia. And today we're going to talk about brand equity, or the value that a brand has. Because a lot of different ways you can calculate brand equity. There's a lot of financial ways to do it. You know, you can look at the book value versus the market value kind of stuff. You have those things. But what I'm going to do is kind of focus on the overall qualitative equity that a brand can actually bring to a company. And probably the biggest things you want to look at in terms of brand equity is actually what's called brand awareness. How much do people know about your brand? When you say Coca-Cola, what comes to people's minds? What do they think of? Do they know it? These kind of things. That has value. Being known means something. There's a reason why those celebrities, when they don't get into parties, they go, "Don't you know who I am? Oh, you're Ryan Seacrest? Oh yeah, I know you, come on in." Because it helps them to get into the party. But also that brand awareness, if you know what a brand is, it's also helping them get into your shopping bag because you know this. So just the fact that a brand is known, that awareness factor, really brings value to the actual product. Because people, if they're familiar with something, they're more likely to buy. That's why you have so many Instagram travel influencers or YouTube influencers out there, because those brands call them up and say, "Hey, would you come to Savannah and show Savannah so people can see it, so they might want to come here, they get familiar with it, or could you talk about our shampoo so they knew about our new Herbal Essence extra thick regrowing hair formula, they might buy it." That's why they're paying things, because they know if people just hear about our brands and they see it, that brand awareness will grow and there's a better chance they're going to buy. And so that brings some brand equity in there. Another thing that brands can help you with is what's called the perceived value. I mean, think about it. There's certain brands you see and you go, "Oh, that must be good." Like if I see a Gucci shirt, I'm like, "Oh, that must be fancy." If I see a BMW car, I'm like, "Oh, that must be a pretty nice, German engineered car." You have these certain perceived values that go along with certain brands, with certain things. And so it can kind of build up a relationship between the perceived benefits, the perceived costs, all these kind of things that people then relate to that product. And that kind of relates to another thing that actually brand equity can be built up with, and that is actually the brand associations. What do we associate with that brand? For example, a few years ago, I got my youngest son some tennis shoes, but they had a Ferrari logo on the side. So he's like, "These must be really fast because they have a horse on it." Well, the thing is, that's a really good brand association. The horse, the stallion, it means fast, wild, powerful, right? And so he saw that, like, "Oh, so these shoes must be fast and powerful." And he's running around the store, and I'm like, "Are those fast shoes?" He's like, "Yeah, they're really fast shoes." And so that brand, the Ferrari brand, that logo, really associated speed and power to my son. But the thing is, you also kind of see with those brands, what do we associate with it? Certain universities you associate, "Oh, that's a good engineering school. That's a good accounting school. That's a good marketing school. Oh, that's a good teaching place. That's a good party school." You have these certain associations people put with that brand. And so we need to know is, what do people associate with our brand? Okay, do they associate quality? Do they associate cheap? Do they associate fast? Do they associate cool? What is that? So that can add value as well to our company. Another factor of brand equity is what we call brand loyalty. Like the fact that people become loyal to our brands, that means even if our products are more expensive than the competitors, they're more likely to buy from us. So if you like Delta and you fly with Delta and you're willing to spend $200 more to fly with Delta than United, well, there's value right there. That loyalty to get those points, to get that upgrade, to get whatever, that got me to spend more money for it. And right there, that's a lot of brand equity too, because you think about, what does this do? And that's why companies will spend so much money to build relationships with clients, because they know it's a lot cheaper to actually keep a client, have them buy with you more often than to go out and find a new client. So man, that brand loyalty brings a lot of value into the company. And then of course you have the financial side of it, which I kind of alluded to with how much more they're willing to pay than the competition prices. But also you look at it in terms of the book value of a publicly traded company versus the market value of it. A lot of people say, is that difference there? That's how much the brand is worth. And if you're not sure if brand, there's a financial advantage to brands, ask yourself, why did you spend $2 on that Coca-Cola when you could have spent 50 cents and got an RC? Right there, that brand makes you willing to pay more money for it, and there's a financial side of it there. So those are some quick little easy ways where you can see where brand equity really comes about. I hope that helps you out. If you want to learn more about branding and brands and marketing, hit that subscribe button. We put out marketing videos every week. And if you like YouTube stuff, we put out a little bonus YouTube video every Friday. Bye from Savannah.